Hey everyone, today is Saturday, March 13th. The time is 2:17 p.m. and the temperature right now is 4 degrees Celsius. This is Bloor Street East, and the plan for this one is to walk around the Yorkville neighborhood and check out Icefest 2021. And the theme for this year is a trip around the world. Here's the first display. The River and Vineyard in Germany. Supposedly, there's over 50 ice creations made from over 68,000 pounds of ice. And along the way, we'll run across ice sculptures of the Eiffel Tower, the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Did I say pizza? I meant Pisa. And the Statue of Liberty. And there's supposed to be a few sculptures over on the south side of Bloor, as that was number 3 we started at. I think 1 and 2 are supposed to be over there, but it looks like they're no longer. There's some crumbled piles of ice over there. And there's one over here as well. I think this was Christ the Redeemer. I'm not sure what led to those sculptures meeting that unfortunate fate. And this is Yonge Street here. And there's a look to the north on Yonge Street. And they are running shuttle buses, I think from Eglinton all the way down to King Station. Here, let's go to the south side of Bloor here. There should be sculptures all along the Mink Mile. That would be in between Yonge Street and Avenue Road. I probably won't catch a lot of them, but
See, mine went right to my fingertip.
whenever I do see one, I'll slow down and take a look. And it looks like there's another crumbled sculpture across the street. That's unfortunate. I'll put a link to the Icefest TO website in the description, although the day I upload this video for, Sunday, will be the last day of the festival. So let's see what we can come across on the south side of Bloor. And I did a walk along, or rather through Yorkville, not too long ago. I guess that was poor planning on my part, not realizing I'd be back for the Icefest. This is certainly the busiest I've seen downtown in a very long time. Up here we have a sculpture. This is a Venetian gondola. And here we have the Canadian Rockies.
this way.
Although this should be
Mole Antilla. I can't even pronounce that. There's a lineup to get into Italy. This is Bloor and Bay. There's the Iceland travel poster. So while we got off to a somewhat discouraging start, it looks like things are getting better. There's a look south down Bay. I don't think this was a good weekend for the TTC to shut down Line 1. There was a fair bit of chaos when I got to Eglinton Station to try to board the shuttle bus. Here we have one. This is put on by one of the sponsors, TD Bank. Let me just try to get a clear look. I couldn't find any information online about who sculpted these. I would assume they just used some kind of mold. And that's probably why there's no information about the artist or anything like that.
I'm gonna tell you when. I'm gonna tell you when. Okay, 1, 2, 3, or more. I got it. I know, it's just like...
That was the Queen's Guard. If I do sound a bit more muffled than usual, I am leaving my mask on. And back to the shuttle bus. When I got to Eglinton Station, there was a large crowd of people waiting where you would normally catch the shuttle bus to go southbound at Eglinton Station, but there didn't seem to be any buses in sight. So I walked into the station and asked the person at the information counter what was going on, and they said you had to board the shuttle bus inside the station, which made sense. But I told them they should probably go inform the large crowd outside waiting for the shuttle buses that were never to come that that was the case. And then when I got into where you would board the bus, there was a massive line, complete with no shortage of people trying to skip the line. There's Chichen Itza. So once I walk along the south side of the Mink Mile here, I'll walk along the north side, and then I'll go north as there should be more sculptures on Cumberland and Yorkville Avenue, and I think even Scollard. And what is this? The Statue of Liberty. Okay. I think I see another one up ahead here. This is a Caribbean beach photo op. These stores are mostly open for in-store shopping. Everyone was kind of waiting for that guy to snap a picture. And what is this one? This is St. Basil's Cathedral. I'm trying not to spend too much time at each one, as there's a lot of ground to cover. This one is a palm tree. I'm assuming they just leave these things out all night, which might be why some of those other sculptures appear to be smashed to pieces. It did get as warm as 17 a few days ago. So I guess the organizers of this event are probably quite pleased that it's much cooler than that. There's the Church of the Redeemer. That's Avenue Road on the north side of Bloor here. And Queen's Park on the south side. Take a look at the Royal Ontario Museum. I think it's safe to say, in the minds of a lot of these people, they've had enough of staying indoors. This is Mount Fuji.
All I did was say, excuse me, and I think... blocks there.
And what do we have here? We have Big Ben. This will be a popular one.
Something on Facebook.
Wow. It probably won't be till fall till you can at least comfortably travel to a lot of these places. So I guess the idea is to bring them to us in the form of small ice sculptures. That is the Greek Acropolis. I think Winners has consistently been the chain with the longest lineups.
У нас была розовая.
Another one.
Their business model didn't really allow them to do a curbside pickup type operation, and Toronto has one of the longest running and most restrictive lockdowns in the continent. So that kind of explains this explosion of people you're seeing out on the streets. There's been so little to do and everyone's been holed up inside for so long. This one is an airplane. I could have called it a number of things and I wouldn't have questioned it. That guy just referred to that sculpture across the street as the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Oh, I think we found the Eiffel Tower. So here's Bloor Street. Just to the north of here is the Yorkville Village neighborhood. And I think it's the Bloor Yorkville BIA that is putting on this event. There's the Sphinx, or Sphinx as that girl said. This is actually as busy as I've ever seen this part of Bloor Street West on a day where there wasn't a significant event going on. The Statue of Unity, India. And we are back to Bay Street. I think I spot a New York City taxi cab across the street there. That guy just roared through that red light.
Not too bad.
And what do we have here? We have suitcases packed. Here's Holt Renfrew. It's a large Canadian luxury department store. And there is Second Harvest Food Rescue. I'd be curious to see how busy it would be if this Icefest wasn't going on right now. What do we have coming up here? This looks like a pagoda. It says Japan on it, but it looks pretty much like every other pagoda I've seen in Asia. Toronto, New York, LA. I think they should have put the Hollywood sign on that, as LA doesn't really have any iconic skyscrapers like Toronto and New York does. And here's the site of a crumbled ice sculpture. Maybe the sign tells us what this used to be. Surfboard with tiki mask. So that was the Mink Mile portion of Icefest. So it'll probably be about 4 or 5 minutes or so till I get back to where there's more sculptures. Here's people boarding the southbound buses. And my advice, if you're stuck in this coming south, just get off at Rosedale. You will walk here much quicker than sitting on one of these buses. I bet they're backed up pretty much all the way to Rosedale. Here's Cumberland Street. So we'll get a little reprieve from the busy crowds and the ice sculptures, at least for a few blocks. So there should be some along Cumberland all the way to about Old York Lane. So I think I'll at least capture most of them. And there is the Pilot, and this place has a fantastic rooftop patio, and you can see they're set up nicely to deal with the cold. But it'll be at least a week and a few days before they can start having customers. I mentioned this in my video yesterday, but the mayor of Toronto kind of pulled a 180 and went from recommending the current restrictions to not allow restaurants to, saying it's rather important that they open up as soon as possible. And I definitely agree with that sentiment, so hopefully places like that will be alive and kicking in a week from now. You can see the people are just ready and willing to support the businesses here. So there is Bay Street. So hopefully I'll be able to catch this light and we can catch a few more ice sculptures. So just to the south here is where we saw that New York City police car sculpture. I do have a map of all the sculptures on my phone in my pocket, but it seems to be laid out in a simple enough fashion that I don't really need to consult that. And this is the part of town where you're most likely to see a supercar. There's Sassafras. I remember when that place burnt down. And I walked through this park about 3 or 4 days ago in a video and talked about it and the history of this neighborhood. This was a parking lot, and prior to that, there was a row of rather nice Victorian homes that were demolished. It was after the subway line opened here that Yorkville really changed its character from sort of the hippie epicenter of the city to this sort of upscale, gentrified neighborhood. Speaking of supercars, I don't even know what that is. It's an Aston Martin. I thought there were some sculptures along here. There's a big rock that was shipped in from the Canadian Shield.
Hopefully, if I'm still in it.
I think that.
Where do you have to go with Mommy?
How about this? How about this then?
I didn't see any on the north side. I apologize if I missed anything, but it is what it is if I did. According to this map, actually, there should be one just up here on the left. Then I won't see any more until we get up to Yorkville Avenue.
Sculpture's kiss.
Well, this was a swing and a miss. Maybe I'm blind. Let's head over to the other side here. Still really neat to check this area out and see it trying to spring back to life. Okay, let's head up Old York Lane.
Kind of true, yeah.
There's Hemingway's, much like Pilot. This place is raring to open again.
Soon. Right? Don't turn on me.
How was it?
Great.
It's good to see people generally walking on the right side for once. Maybe that's one good thing that come out of this pandemic. And here is Yorkville Avenue. So I think there'll be some ice sculptures over here. Let's take a look. Oh, there's definitely some up there. There should be two over here. Prague astronomical clock. I would just call that a block of ice.
Not that fancy.
Nixler makes underwear that has like a cap.
All right. Oh, here's the other one that was supposedly over here. Oh, this looks way better than that last one. It's the Grand Palace in Bangkok.
Where? Which one? This one. It's actually funny.
That was neat. I saw Coming to America on Prime. I thought it was good, not great. About half an hour too long. But if you enjoyed the first one, it's definitely worth a watch. All right, so do I want to stay on Yorkville Avenue or turn up Hazelton? Here, let me take a look. Okay, so I think we just want to take a quick detour up Hazelton here. So let's see what's up here. That was neat to see that Grand Palace. I've been there a few times. And of all the amazing things you can see and do in Bangkok, that is not really one of them. It's kind of the epitome of a tourist trap. So let's see what we have here on Hazelton Avenue. A Moroccan door.
The background was a cruise line. Liner.
So according to this map here, there might be a few along the north side of Scollard Street. So I can just kind of walk along here and then loop back down to Yorkville Avenue. This skiing the Austrian Alps. That lady reached out and touched it, and a whole big chunk crumbled off. These ones seem to be baking in the sun a little bit.
Nice windmill. Someone broke it or it's melted.
I think it's both. People are touching them, so they're starting to crumble.
Yeah, it didn't melt. Yeah. I love windmills.
Olivia, please stop playing.
It's cracked over. Inside out.
Havana.
You want me to do a karate chop? The whole thing would turn to smithereens.
He's got a point. And you couldn't really see the details of that car anyways.
Steve was there and then I didn't go in with him and
No.
are you on?
I think this is a great idea, but perhaps it came a little too late in the season. I seem to remember last year's, or it might have been 2 years ago, was done a bit earlier than this. I don't remember all the crumbling ice sculptures. March is really a hit or miss month for below freezing temperatures. It seems the sculptures themselves are really hit or miss. Still, I think this is definitely a neat thing for the city. Oh, there's one. Let's go see what is waiting for us at the corner of Yorkville and Bay. And now, according to my map, there should be a few more along Yorkville Avenue. And that will be that. What do we got here? I don't recall seeing the Leaning Tower of Pisa yet. It's the Arch de Triomphe. That's a pretty one. Yes, sir. I was inadvertently standing in front of those girls who were taking pictures of it. So there's the map I'm consulting. It looks like everything will be pretty much on the south side of Yorkville. Oh, there's a whole block of them just over here. Let's see what's waiting for us on this side. That said travel poster, but I saw another one right here. That was one of those ones that didn't move the needle for me. Hawaiian dancers photo op.
Venecia.
I think Instagram's about to get an overload of ice sculpture pictures today. So this is Yorkville Avenue. There's one. It looks like one of those ones that isn't really supposed to be anything. Let's take a look.
No, go ahead, don't worry.
Is there any here on Bloor Street? Let's. Oh, there's a few. Oh, there's. Looks like there's 3 of them. There's the gelato shop doing pretty good business.
una. ¿Quién me falta? Sure, there's. ¿Quién falta? Si Esperancita, nos quedamos en grupo que no nos vamos a perder. Bueno, vamos a ver.
I have no idea. Oh, here's Buddha. And this guy, Michelangelo's David.
Are you breaking more sculptures?
I think they were missing the famous bit on that one. Maybe someone snapped it off as a souvenir. Never really understood a four-door Porsche. It's the Roman Colosseum.
Oh.
That guy was commenting that it's kind of a joke to make people stay inside. It's funny, the snippets of conversation you overhear sometimes. La Sagrada Familia. They should let me make some of these.
Okay. Okay.
You know, in the article.
Oh, I think it's supposed to be in stuff, but like.
There's a Inukshuk. There's no sign. Oh, there's the Leaning Tower of Pisa. This might be the last one on the hit list here. Doesn't look too leaning to me. And there we go. I hope you enjoyed this walk through the Bloor Yorkville Icefest 2021 on a rather busy Saturday, March 13th. As always, if you wish to support the channel, there are links to my description, links to my Patreon in the description. You can also check out channel memberships on the YouTube channel itself. I do have Instagram, so check that out, and also check out my second channel, Johnny Stumbles. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.